and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be reviewing 2 new boxed highlighters from Makeup Revolution. So the 2 that I have are Princess Cut and Girl's Best Friend. I've tried quite a few of the Makeup Revolution boxed blushes and they're some of my favourites. I think for the price they're actually really good. These cost $4.99 each. They did bring out 3 new ones. I've got these 2 and then the other one is called Champagne and Diamonds. The reason why I didn't get this one was because I thought it might be a little too deep maybe for my skin tone. As you can see, it's got a kind of gold kind of theme to it. The packaging is super cute. It's metallic, it's kind of cardboard, and they look like little diamonds. I actually think that the packaging is so cute. It does feel cheap, but then again, the products cost $4.99 and this is packaging, so I mean, how important is it really? These are also a baked formula. They do say it's a triple baked formula, which, I mean, yes, that they've covered all of the baking. They've done it thrice times, which go Makeup Revolution. They've been busy in the lab. Also, just to mention, these are vegan and cruelty free, which I massively applaud. I think it's absolutely brilliant that such an affordable brand can make sure that their products are vegan and cruelty free, so that's brilliant. They are in the shape of like a diamond and you've got 3 different stripes. Now, I was under the impression that all 3 stripes were like different shades, but I don't think that's the case because the 2 kind of outer stripes actually look to be the same shade. We've got a light peach in the middle, and then these 2 strips look to be light champagne kind of tones. That one is a Girl's Best Friend. Next we have a Princess Cut. This one is probably the one that kind of interests me most because I think it's a little bit different. In the middle you've got a kind of a lilac-y, lavender, silvery kind of shade. So the outer strips look to be like a pearly shade, whereas in Girl's Best Friend they are kind of warmer toned. So this is definitely more of like a cooler toned kind of product, and this one is a little bit warmer. Okay, so because I only have one face, I'm going to be trying one of these on one side and then one on the other side. So we are going to begin with Girl's Best Friend today. I am just going to do a couple of swatches. So I'm going to swatch the middle shade and I'm going to swatch the outer shade, and I'll swatch it again just so we can see if it definitely... Oh, no, it doesn't look... Does it? Oh my gosh, I can't even tell. Actually, this side looks a bit pink. Is that right? Let me just swatch it again. They are a little bit powdery and they do feel very dry to the touch, which, you know, that's just part of like the baked formula. But now that I've swatched it, I do definitely feel like there is a difference in these 2 shades. They do feel very dry. Like when I swatch these, I kind of have no confidence that they're actually going to look good on the face, but my experience reassures me that they probably will look good, but you wouldn't think it from the way they swatch because they are super dry. I'm not 100% sure actually if these 2 shades are different. It's so tough to tell, and if they are different, I feel like it's such a like small difference that I don't know why they bothered. No, I don't mean that, but there's a lady across the road and she's just looking out of her window and it's making me feel very awkward right now, but I'll carry on like the professional that I am. So anyway, I do think these look really beautiful, and I think if you're a fan of like peachy kind of icy champagne tones, this one would be the one for you potentially. Also, like in the past when I've tried these boxed blushes or highlighters from they used to be made by I Heart Makeup, but these are definitely under the Makeup Revolution brand now. When I used to use them, I would use them as like a sheeny kind of blush. One of my very favourites is this one. It's called the Breaking Heart. I love this. It's meant to be a blush, but I kind of use it as a blush slash highlighter because it is very pigmented like a blush, but it's also very glowy like a highlight. So I just use a very light hand, and I love that. Doing my little video, gorgeous, just cleaning my brush because it wasn't clean, which comes as no surprise to everybody. Well, hello sir, do you want to try a little bit of this?
No.
No. Okay, so I'm Okay, right, Alex is my hairstylist for the day. So I'm going to use this fan brush to apply, and I'm just going to go in to the lighter shade first. Oh, I'm just popping that in my highlight zone. Okay, so I think that looks really, really pretty. Alex, what do you think? Oh, I'm just going to mix all three of the shades together just to see what we get. And it looks to be just a very kind of icy, almost peachy. It looks to be like a silvery, peachy kind of tone. So I think that by itself looks really, really nice. Because it is a baked blush, it's not like the most intense highlight ever. Obviously, you could build it up. I'm not a huge fan of like a very intense blinding highlight. I feel like for every day, it can just be a little bit much. She says that, but most days she's blinding everybody in sight. Next, I'm going to mix all three shades together on my brush. There is a little bit of powder just like coming out, but I can deal with it. So I'm just going to pop this on. Oh my gosh, actually it's looking quite intense. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it looks really, 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 really nice. And usually I don't really gravitate to very kind of icy highlight shades because I do feel like they can look a little bit like unnatural and harsh on my fair skin. I know that's probably going against what a lot of people tend to think, but I really like this. Oh my gosh, like I'm loving it. Look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, like I love it. And what I'm going to do, just because I want to be a bit extra, I'm going to just get my blush brush and I'm going to just put a little bit of just the peach shade on the apples of my cheeks. Oh my gosh. Oh guys. Okay, so I feel like you can't really see much of a difference between the peach. Oh, I just threw my brush and it got stuck in my makeup table drawer. But yeah, I don't think you can see much of a difference. Let me put a little bit more of the peach on. Just on the apples of my cheeks, just to kind of, you know, bring them into the party. Okay, so guys, this is beautiful. I'm really loving it. I think it looks so good. I'm loving this. Oh my gosh, like loving it. Okay, so next I'm going to just go above my brow. Can you see that? Oh gosh, guys, I'm really, really loving this. I'm loving it even more than I even expected, which is a treat. Look at this. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm really, really loving this. I'm going to just pop a little bit as well here. And I'm going to do over here. I'm going to pop some on my nose. I mean, really, you've got to have a little bit of glow on the nose. And here. Okay, oh, a little bit too much on there. Okay, so guys, I really, really love this side. So this was Girl's Best Friend. Just one thing I will point out, I don't think that there is like a massive difference between the peach and the kind of champagne-y tones. I say champagne in the loosest possible sense of the word because they are very, very light and I don't actually think it comes off as looking champagne-y on the face. Okay, but next we're going to delve into the wonderful world of a princess cut. Okay, so I am going to swatch the two outer shades and then the inner shade. So here we go. Do you think that these two shades are the same? Yeah, these are definitely the same. Look at that. Definitely. Okay, so here we have the lilac. And then we've got the other two shades. Are they the same? Do you know what? I don't think they are now. I think this one looks a little bit more champagne and this one looks a little bit more of like an icy kind of pearly shade. Do you think? It's really tough to say. Like, it's really tough to say, but anyway. Okay, so I'm going to begin with the outer shades, like, which I don't know if they're the same shade. What do you think? Like, tell me in the comments down below. But I'm just going to pop this one over here. Okay, so you can get a very like subtle look with this highlight, or you can, of course, build it up and get a much more, you know, intense kind of glow. Guys, do you know what? I'm really loving these so far. I think they're beautiful. Mix all three together. Again, similar to the Girl's Best Friend, you do end up with, it's exactly what you would expect. It's a mix between lilac and the lighter shades. I'm just going to go back in, and I've dipped into the lilac-y shade a little bit. Okay, so there we go. So I don't feel like this side is as like stunning as this side. Next, I'm going to go in with a bit of the lavender shade, and I'm going to pop that onto the apples of my cheeks. I don't really like that as much. I always feel like it's a bit risky putting anything like lilac-y onto your face because it can look a little bit bruised like and unnatural. No, I don't really like that, guys. I don't like this side. I just think it looks a little bit harsh. It just, like, this side looks glowy and it's got that wet look sheen, whereas over here, I mean, the formula's still good. I think with the lilac-y lavender shade, I just don't think it's the most flattering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just actually go over that. And this is the one that I was most excited about, but I'm not digging it. So I'm just going back over that with my makeup sponge, and I'm going to go and finish off with my favourite, which is Girl's Best Friend. I would say if you're a fan of the kind of, you know, silvery lilac highlight look, then this one would be a really good one to go for. But I have a feeling that most people are probably going to want something a little bit more flattering and like complimentary looking on their skin. So I'm going to go back in with just the lighter side. These baked highlighters are just so beautiful. I really like this. I do find though, like, that the baked formula doesn't really last as well as, you know, other kind of formulas, purely because I think it is a little bit powdery. So that's just my observation. Okay, so I'm now putting a little bit of the peachy strip onto the apples of my cheek. Okay, so there we go. Oh yes, bitch. Okay, so I'm just going to mix them all together, and I'm going to go up onto my forehead. Okay, so there we go. Guys, I really love Girl's Best Friend. Not a huge fan of Princess Cut. I'm just going to like mix them up together because I kind of like having that slight warmth from the peach. So I'm just going to, why am I going back over the areas that are overly highlighted? I'm going to pop some on my chin. I'm going to pop some in the centre of my nose, which is my favourite place to highlight other than my vagina. I just think it brings all of the glow together. I'm going to go back in. I've really got into like highlighting my derriere recently. Décolleté. Is it décolleté? I don't know, but I've really got into highlighting it. Look at this, guys. Oh yeah. Mrs. Glow is in. Oh my gosh, it's not even showing you anymore because I'm so glowy. Look at that, guys. Oh yes, bitch. Oh my gosh, look at me right now. I'm going to pop some on my shoulders, of course. Oh, whenever Jaclyn Hill does this, she looks so like professional, and then I do it and I'm just not looking professional. But I'm just going to spritz some Fix Plus. Oh, okay, so I think it's clear to see I'm so impressed by Girl's Best Friend. I have no issues in terms of the formula with Princess Cut. It's just that the lilac-y shade, I just don't think it's very flattering, and I will not be reaching for this one. And I wouldn't really kind of recommend it unless, of course, you want to have like a lilac-y highlight. Girl's Best Friend is sensational. I think this is a really good kind of everyday highlight. It's definitely can be very intense. You could, of course, apply this lightly and have it more of like a subtle glow, but if you want to have a blinding highlight, you could very easily achieve that as well. I absolutely love it. Look at this, guys. Look at what's going on right now. Absolutely gorgeous. I am a massive fan. I'm going to be wearing this so much, and I definitely 100% recommend. I think it's so pretty. It actually reminds me a lot, not really like in terms of the formula, but in, you know, how it looks. It reminds me of Ofra's Pillow Talk, which looks like this. If I just kind of swatch it. So that's what Pillow Talk looks like. And on the face, this is what Pillow Talk looks like. So I do feel like the shade is very similar indeed. I am going to go, but I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.